Good morning, school. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the topic of treasure. Now, while Bruno Mars may claim that treasure that is what you are, actually there is an official definition of treasure in the UK. Treasure in the UK is objects that are over 300 years old and made of gold or silver or artifacts found with them. And in the UK, treasure belongs to the Crown. If you were to happen to find a large treasure chest, that has to be reported to the coroner, and that treasure very often is sold to museums, and the finder and the landowner very often get given a fee. Maybe not the full valuation, but you can get given a fee for finding treasure. So this is a really good example. What you're looking at here is the Ringlemere Cup. Now this was found in 2005 in Kent. And it was found by a metal detectorist, a fellow called Cliff Bradshaw. He had permission to detect on Ringlemere Farm, and he found this gold cup. It dates back to 1700 BC. It was found, it was declared treasure, it was bought by the British Museum, and Cliff and the owners of Ringlemere Farm shared over £250,000. Perhaps the most significant treasure found in the UK was that found in Sutton Hoo in the 1930s. Edith Pretty was the landowner of the Sutton Hoo estate, on which there were a number of burial mounds. So in the 1930s, she asked local archaeologist Basil Brown to begin excavating these mounds. In one of these mounds, they found a ship dating back to the 7th century, an ancient Viking ship in which there was a huge amount of treasure, belt buckles, clasps, helmets, and swords. While the ship had obviously rotted away, its imprint could clearly be seen in the soil along with the contents of the burial chamber. Given the unique nature of the hoard, it's almost impossible to put a price on it because it would never go on the open market. So it's very often described as priceless. If it was to be sold, it would clearly be worth hundreds of millions of pounds. It is without doubt the most important treasure found in the UK thus far. Now, possibly the most expensive treasure trove available is the wreck of the San Jose. The San Jose was a 64-gun, 3-mast Spanish galleon, and it was sunk in 1708 by the British in a battle called Wager's Action off the coast of Colombia. The ship was full of gold, silver, emeralds, and jewellery, which was returning from South America to Spain to help finance the war against the British. When it sank in 1708, the San Jose had on board over 11 million pesos, as well as various other emeralds, golds, and jewels. What that means is that the estimated value of the hoard at the bottom of the ocean is $17 billion, or to put it another way, $17,000 million, meaning this treasure trove is worth an extraordinary amount of money. Now, it was found in the late 20th century by a deep sea exploration company called SSA. And they brokered a deal with the Colombian government that said, if we find it, we'll split the value. So the Colombian government will get some of the money and SSA will get some of the money. However, it's a little more complicated than that, because actually the Colombian government turned around and said, no, hold on a moment. This is our waters. The treasure trove belongs to us. And SSA are suing the Colombian government for $7.5 billion for what they see as their right to the wreck because they found it. The Spanish government, however, have weighed in and said, whoa, hold on a moment. this was a Spanish ship. The bodies that went down on it were Spanish, and so therefore, as this is a ship of state, the contents of that ship, and therefore the $17 billion, rather than belong to Colombia, should belong to Spain. At which point the Cora tribe of Bolivia have entered the fray, because they said, whoa, hold on a moment. All that gold, that's our gold and was stolen from us by the Spanish. And so they are putting in a claim for the ownership of the $17 billion. Now, in truth, this will be argued about in the courts, and I've no idea who really owns the treasure of the San Jose. What I would suggest, though, is that with 600 men on board when it sank, maybe there is an argument to say maybe the treasure should be left there at the bottom of the sea as testament to the men who died. But somehow, I doubt that will happen. Okay, thank you, school.